Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure and welcome back to Transport Fever in the Japan, where last time around I built quite an exceptionally long route. Well, look, I'm going to say it's exceptionally long. Your mileage is going to vary. I'm going to hit my head on every single one of these poles. But unfortunately, the old camera action there was a little bit shake and bake in nature, and therefore I delisted the video. It's still available in the playlist if you want to see it. And instead, we'll start today with a little bit of a recap by means of travelling on this brand new Shinkansen to follow the route for its duration. I'll keep you suitably engaged with a bit of the chatter as we go. Now, if you didn't catch it, the kind of the too long didn't read is that we're experimenting. No. What's the word I'm chasing here? We're expanding. There you go. I knew it began with something like that. We're expanding over to the western side of the map, and obviously that's going to involve connecting up to every city along the way. Sorry, I'm having a moment where I'm thinking I'm on the wrong line, but I'm not. It's fine. It's just because I haven't been here for a while, so there's that. As you can probably make out here in the busiest section of the map, the frame rate's not what you might call good. No, it's what you might call bad, but that causes me pause for concern. But we're gonna power on because we're moving over to the less occupied side, and therefore things might work out adequately. They might not, but they might. Anyway, yeah, the too long didn't bother watching it. Is that I'm going to try and implement another freight mainline, such as I did back in the day when I created a freight mainline. Yeah, that was a thing that didn't work. I don't expect it to work this time either, but I think that there are improvements that could be made to that particular system. Anyway, here's an interesting thing, about this particular route is once again I am running it alongside other routes that operate through the same stations, and the intriguing thing about this is I think that there should be, based on the way that the economic model of the game works, there should be enough demand for passengers wanting to ride cheaply but slow, and those who are prepared to pay a little bit more and travel faster. But it just doesn't seem to be the case. If you're running two services between two separate stations, almost all the time the passengers will choose one service over the other, and there's no rhyme or reason to it either. It doesn't look like they just jump on the first train to arrive. It doesn't look like they pick or choose cheap versus expensive in terms of ticket price. They just pick one and go with it. It's not even the first one that you've plumbed in that does it. More often than not, in fact, it tends to be the newer route that hoovers up all the potential customers. So I've got no understanding of why that might be happening. It just does, and therefore I'm illustrating it to you now because it's kind of interesting. Let's have a look over here. Ooh, that's nice. Right, let's stop looking at that. Yeah, it's a good meander of a route. This one, it took a bit of plumbing in to get it to lie in a way that was acceptable, but for the most part, it does, and that's a good thing. So we should be. I can't remember if we stop here or not. We might well just press on for the full shebang. It's another thing. What would be probably useful of me, and you're going to go, oh, you're switching track here and you shouldn't. No, should. This is the through track, this side. The other side, as you'll see with this green number that's just pulled in, is that's a reversing service. Yeah, that's going to back up and head back whence it came. Which, if I do this correctly, we might be able to say, we're not stopping. We are stopping. Yoshida is where we're heading. Oh, okay. You notice how it's not turned round? Yes. Do you want to comment on that at all? No. Okay, then. Well, good. Well, I'm glad we had the chance to have this conversation, but there's two different backing services that stop there, and therefore I've routed the through services in what is clearly quite a wonky fashion. The better thing to do would be to have 4 platforms there, whereby 2 of them. Come on, don't break. Oh no, floaty passengers. Not very many of them either. 11, in fact. I've got 11 passengers on this service that are heading down to the end of the line. Yeah, let's duck this pillar. There you go. And then once we're through here, there's a bit of opportunity to get your foot down. Well, we do like these opportunities, and here we go. Now, obviously, this is a Shinkansen, so it's got the opportunity to do very high speeds. Does it reach those high speeds? I hear you ask. Didn't put a proper tunnel entrance on there. This is bad. In my defence, that's the new tunnel interface. It doesn't default to one that's filled in anymore. It defaults to one that does that, as you'll see on the next tunnel. No, we don't get anywhere near top speed. There is a slow section over a viaduct a little later on, and that burns off any speed that had been built up by that point. In fact, you can see it coming up. Yeah, 140. In fact, we're on it. 140 on this viaduct. Chose the wrong bridge. No, I chose the right bridge, but the bridge doesn't have the kind of speed that would be desirable. So if we look back at it, it's quite appealing. It fits the landscape. It fits what we're trying to do here. There's Hitoshi there driving the other Shinkansen. He's having a good time. And right, okay, now we get to put a foot down a little bit, but we haven't really got long enough before we arrive at our good view destination. There we go. Do it again. Yeah, I know, but I mean, it's lovely, but there's not a lot going on out there. But look, we saw the other train there in the background. That's surely worth the price of some admission. It's surely worth an admissionable price. Whatever, man, whatever. Right, okay, so yeah, we're heading out to Akihama, which is where we're finishing this run. And it's a good leisurely one. I think we're going to crack 200, but not much beyond that. It's not the end of the world. It's not ideal. No, it'd be nicer to get the speed up just a little bit more, but it doesn't. So, what's the sense in crying about it? Also, arguably, these services are too close together. So I'm not getting many passengers at the moment because nobody's bothered about travelling that often. Although, clearly we've got some town development going on, so it's pointing in the right direction. Anyway, there you go. That's what I built last time. We've just ridden on it. It's lovely. Yeah, good. That was in profit there, briefly. Yeah, briefly. But that's because it took a massive load back the other way last time, and I suspect that kept it in sweetie money for a little while. So the route itself runs along here, goes and just heads out, and then we go through Yoshida. We go through Ura and then into Uwajima, because I'm still trying to pack out Uwajima with as many trains as possible. But here's the thing: stifling the expansion of towns or the number of agents is the only way you can get a ginormous map to deliver on large quantities of traffic. What the heck is going on? Those are wind turbines. Oh yeah, they're not working. No, but look at the seat. There's virtually no current going on. Oh yeah, fair enough. So I guess there's just no wind today. Or any day. No, that's the thing that doesn't happen. Right, so in the spirit of giving you a taster of what you missed out on, we're going to connect up Akihama to Takayama here. Now, I was considering, but I don't know which way I ended up going. We need a kind of a central passenger hub over on this side of the map. And I was wondering whether it should be Seio, but that would have to be a crossover kind of service, because you've got Akanma and Yamada. Yamadama, whatever. Yeah, your Japanese is appalling, so, get close, but don't overdo it. And then you've got Shinjo up there as well. So that would have to be you'd need a cross service to make that work. Whereas from Akihama, you not only get the connection back to the Uwajima, but you also have the opportunity to snake your way up here and then work onto a crossing service, or you could go direct up to Shinjo. I don't know, so I haven't decided yet. Thank you very much. That's my show. Right, now we're going to crack on, because that's what we're going to do. Oh, I put 3 platforms here, which means I must have had something in mind. Yeah, but I mean, you could say that at any point. No, I'm pretty sure I had something in mind. I think I planned in a service that backs up this way and heads up to Felamiland over there. All right, is that where we're going today? No, we're not. We're still going down the coast. Now, the other thing that we want to do on this side of the track is to try and avoid too much, and here's a big tunnel. Now, that's not to say that there won't be plenty of "and here's a big tunnel" type moments, but we want to limit it as much as possible and try and up the fruitiness and appeal of the route itself, so that we get some good scenic rides going on. Now, is this how you're going to start out? I think you need to start incrementing your height early on. If we're going to follow, because what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try and follow the hillside around this curve. Now, once again, we're going to be in a situation where the Shinkansen goes, I could go quite a lot faster than this if you'd learn how to make straight track. Going to go, no. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. It's going to be something. Right. See, invisible tunnel ring. I didn't choose that. No. And that's why you ended up with something that looks manky. Yes, it is. So, yeah, I mean, look, we're going to try and avoid tunnels, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to happen, because they very obviously are going to happen. I tell you what, bit of road, you have no more right to exist there than a weasel. Right, let's keep rolling, and we'll head that way. So, yeah, so the plan for today, simple one really, is we're going to do what I did last week, but ideally without the camera causing everybody to have a burbly moment, start foaming at the mouth and roll around on the floor. And, because that's not one of the features that I advertise on this channel, and therefore, it feels wrong to enforce any kind of, burbly rolling foam kind of behaviour without people having, specifically opted in. Right, let's put a bridge that maintains, especially, we could put a 140 on here and it wouldn't be the end of the world. But we don't want to do that. No, I want this. Yes. And then I want a bit of that. See, that looks moderately. All right, good. You're not going uphill a little bit steeply here. Yeah, we are. Keep it, to a tasteful degree of elevation. And then work it. If this is really, your Shinkansen really doesn't suit this. So maybe I don't end up using one. Maybe I put something that is a little bit slower and more scenic worthy on this. Now, I'm not even going to do my usual. Actually, I can't promise that. I'm going to endeavour not to do my usual, which is to look ahead to make sure I'm pointing in the right direction. I'm going to work very much on the basis of it's on the coast, right? So just keep following the coast round without laying in too many tunnels. Obviously we'll have some where it makes sense to preserve line speed, but Tunnel Fest, this is not intended to be. There you go, slap one of those on, because that's quite tasteful. Has it done it both ends, or do I have to? You have to select it at both ends. Okay, well that's okay. I mean, I can't say that I object to that too strenuously, because there are things in the world to be to object to in a strenuous fashion. That's just not one of them. Right. Let me tell you, Road, if you don't comply with my oncoming bridge pillar setup idea that I've got going on there, we're going to have words, and the words will be, "Hello, this is my bulldozer." Yeah, I want that. Yeah, good. Yeah, I want that. Yeah, I do. Why am I unable to move? I don't know. Something bizarre is going on. There you go. Look, it's working again now. All right, what have I done there? I don't know. Just get on with the show. All right. Right, okay, so we need a bit of a one of these. That's hideous. What about this? Well, that's less hideous, but your next pillar might cause you problems. Yeah, but next pillars might always cause problems. You can't live your life ruled by, well, the next pillar, You sure? Because then where would you be? I thought you said you weren't looking ahead. I was just looking at how much of a curve I was going to need there. Yeah, but in so doing, you have looked ahead. Yeah, and it's not a crime. Yeah, but you've just gone back on what you said you weren't going to do. Who cares? Right, and there we go. Right, cracking on. It's managed to maintain the level of bridgitude that I wanted there. Let's grab a bit of this, slap in some chunky tunnel. Not too much time. Come on, emerging round here will look beautiful. Also, given that we're getting close to our destination, we might actually want to go downhill a little bit here. Well, that's going to make it even more difficult for it to emerge in a sort of beautiful way. Not if we come out here. It's going to make for quite an aggressive next bit of shebang. Yeah, but shebangs have a tendency to be a little bit you know, so on. Right, yeah, no, that's good. All right, well, look, don't say I didn't warn you. That'll be all right. Can we get around there at 90? I think we can get around there at 90. Oh yeah. Oh, this is quite pleasing. Yeah, I think now we have clearly decided that we're going to run a slightly slower service on this one. Well, I mean, also it doesn't matter what service we apply on this one. It's just going to run slower because that's how I've built the track. This is going to be great. If I can get this to lie correctly. Oh, this is super. Going alongside this coastal road. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? Frankly. Yeah. Who indeed? Right, give it a bit more of this. Now, I am working the left-hand track here, and therefore we want this to lie as close to the road as possible, so that the right-hand track doesn't get infringed, hindered, or in other means molested by the situation of the road. Keep it going a bit further. All right. We've got another corner to take here. Yeah, I know, but you've got to make sure you got your tunnel mouth set up correctly. Otherwise, you'll be sad. Oh yeah, can we zip over the cross of that? Zip over the cross of that? What are you talking about? You know what would be super? Zipping over the cross of that, yes, and then zipping straight through the next mountain. That could be interesting. Yeah, I think in a visual sense, it could be a lot of fun for all involved. Okay, how are you going to make that work? I don't want to bulldoze the road, bizarrely, considering it's me, because that road's actually lying in quite a pleasing, fashion. You can get as far as there without any trouble. You might need to back it up a little bit, because that's on a climb there. So if you were to cross a little bit further down, you might have a smidge more success. All right, okay. Well, given we've got a tunnel run up to that anyway, I don't necessarily... Good work, but wrong. Try again. All right, okay, so we go across here. Now, keep the height on the height scale. Do that. No, you can't get over it. Why not? Well, because you're not tall, you're not high enough. All right, well, we'll go around here then. I think maybe we'll just write that idea off. But I thought you said it would be amazing. No, we'll try it again here. There's... If you want to preserve the roads, you're just going to have to respect it. And we don't want a wonky flaming level crossing going on there. Too much slope. There isn't, though, is there? No, you're just being problematic. You're being difficult for the sake of it. Right. Do you reckon that's going to fit? Not in 1,000 years. No. Okay. All right. Can we just swizzle around here then? All right. I guess we're running power. So much for that. That was going to be a big, beautiful scenic viaduct. I could still make it work, but I don't think I will. Right, where are you sticking a station? Well, if we're going to work around here, come out coast side, we'll get ourselves down level with the road. Where are we going beyond this? Out to Minay and Shimodamari. Okay, yeah. This is actually quite a belter of a route. Now, the other thing about this track that I'm building here is quite a lot of it is going to form the kind of the foundation point for the freight main line. So we'll snap the freight line alongside it where it makes sense to do so. That's come out all right. 80. Yeah, I know it's a slow service. It's fine. The real benefit you get to slow services is you can put more trains on it. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm not sure it always did this, I don't think it always snapped alongside the road. I think the road was prepared to snap alongside track. Am I wrong? Has it always been that track will snap to road? I thought it was the other way around. Either way, that's worked out quite nicely. Good. Yeah, so we emerge out of a mystery tunnel, and then we put the station in here. Where all the people live. Where all the people live. They'll be thrilled. They'd better be. I'm about to build them a station. Right, okay, so, hello people. You know the name. You know the tools that I deploy. And here they are being deployed. This is why I pause when I track build. Because you never know when some of this is going to happen and that people are going to find themselves in the way and thereby forcibly removed. Good. Yep. Yeah, happy? Yeah. Okay, right, now. get me Johnny Flattener out and up the tempo. That's a lot of tempo you got there. Yeah, I know, but we need it. There you go. Wang it straight through here. And, you know, maybe put a billboard up that says, coming soon, your brand new railway station. And people will go, oh, brand new railway station. It's coming soon. Of course, in the real world, by soon, they mean, like, you know, 6 years from now. But in this game, when I say soon, I mean, like, you know, give it a couple of minutes, I'll be along. Give it a little bit more coastline to play with. Yeah, all right. You've not done an attractive job on that, but you've done a... There you go, that's better. There you go. Don't touch it anymore. You know that the weird flaming grid thing that lives underneath this doesn't do well if you touch it too often. It comes up bad and poor and ugly. Right, so we need a through station. Ground... I'm going to go default. I might change it up later on, but we'll go with the default setup. 240, please. 2-track. No, we don't need 240. 160. Yeah. 2-track. Is that enough? Hang on. Yeah. We can always, you know, we can always move more people out of their houses later on and change it up if we feel the need to do so. Slap that in there. Is that in the right alignment? It will be by the time I build the track, don't worry. Okay. All right. Yeah, I know. He makes it look effortless, ladies and gentlemen. He really does. And that's possibly due to the fact that he puts very little effort into it. You haven't done the tunnel mouth correctly. Oh, just get stuffed with your tunnel mouth. Just do me a favour. All right, what would you like me to do? Shut up. That's mostly what I'd like you to do. Right, okay, grab and go. And tunnels. Thank you. Other side? Yeah. Okay, all clear. Super. All right. Well, that's a meandering, winding, all of that. So now it's just a case of, you know, we slap in the double track saw and we'll stick a little switch over down here because this is the new end of line. I could readily run the Shinkansen the rest of the way. So why don't you? It's even more of a waste than what I'm doing with it now. Yeah, and... Well, you see, the alternative is to run a little sort of light local commuter kind of an idea, even though it's going longer distance and therefore would really warrant something a little bit more pacey. But in doing so, I could probably put 5 or 6 on here and it wouldn't have a problem with that in terms of the frequency of delivery. Now, this is not the end of the line either. It's the end of the line for now. The line will actually push out to another couple of places beyond here. At which point you could be talking, you know, 10 services, maybe more. Yeah, but you see, here's the thing, is if your objective is to build something that looks busy, then it doesn't matter that you've got a super long track that you've got 10 services on. They're not all going to be sat right next to each other, and therefore you've actually done nothing to accomplish greater busy sense of busyness. Because they're spaced out in a way that means that, you know, it wouldn't matter if you only have one. Unless you're sat at the station trying to, you know, train fan it a little bit for a longer period, in which case the infrequency of that service coming through would be dissatisfying. It would leave you with a sense of, well, that track's unoccupied most of the time. So what you want is the track to be occupied most of the time. So you want lower speed, lower capacity. Yes. Are we sure we're doing the right track here? Yeah. I checked it. I made a mental check note in the back of my head, and see, look, we've delivered on that now. Oh, you appear to have done that. Yeah, I have. All right, we're going to need a little switcheroo here. Which side does the Shinkansen comes in on? Left, so we'll come in on right. Which means we need our switch back out over here. All right, okay. Now, have you started to think about what might be a tasteful name for this service? No, not even remotely. We could just call it Akihama to Takiyama at the moment. The Aktak? Well, yeah, if you must. Right, new line. From, to. Go on, then. I'm clicking on a station to add. You don't seem to be into it. There you go. I don't know what your problem was there, but Seems to have been resolved. Right, so this is going to be Ac. Well, it's more Ake. Yeah, but it's in usage. It's whatever. Okay, right, smashing. There we go. I think we're into it. Now you need to give the station at the other end a bit of road, so that it can talk to the locals. You go, hello, locals. I'm your new station. I hope you're looking forward to further disruption to your merry town. I mean, I call it a town. It's barely more than a hamlet. It's a trailer park, effectively. Come on, get some pride in yourselves, people. Build out something more robust and zestful. Yeah, I'm not even going to connect you people back up again. You can figure it out for yourself. And I don't know what you were thinking there, but that is in no way the right direction for you to expand into. No, you have a rethink of that, because you've gone wrong in life somewhere if you think that's a good idea. Now, you're not going to want to do it, but if I might offer humbly offer a suggestion, pop a cheeky bridge over there. I don't know. I don't think it'll fit, but you're the AI, and therefore you're allegedly smarter than I am. So you know, crack on, figure it out. No, I'm not going to do all the work for you. Yeah, I think you're going to get almost 3 passengers coming from here. You know, I know it's quite a tantalising prospect. Also, this bay doesn't half lend itself towards maybe a shipping hub. Well, we do make food. We could ship some out here. Yeah, but I don't think you make food in the right kind of quantities. And also, I'm not entirely sure we're shipping food at the moment. So, you know, you might want to think that through. Maybe a little bit more than the 10 seconds you just gave it. Right. Signals. Yes. How many? Oh, yeah. Okay. Right. One-wayers. You know it. Right, so if you're coming up this side, which you are, you want a bit of that. We'll have a release just before the tunnel, and then onwards. Why are you giving me the flipping... Oh, I'm confused at everything you're doing to me. It's... Okay, pro tip, and it's one that I've forgotten because I haven't been doing this for a little while, is put the signals in before you set the route up. Because then the route works with the signals. If you do it the other way around and you start putting one-way signals in, the route goes, well, that's not going to work anymore. You kind of go, yeah, but if you were to just rethink it, it wouldn't be a problem. You kind of go, well, I can't rethink it now. Once the thought has been had, that's it. You're stuck with it. I've latched on to this thought and latched off of all others. For some of you, that might have just created some kind of post-traumatic stress disorder of management training. But no, that's a real thing. Latch on, latch off. Yeah. You latch on to one idea and then refuse to latch on to any others after that point. Go on, Em. No, you don't say. All right, okay, where are we going? Manage the line. We want to go into Takayama, other one, and then everything will just work. See? I'm sure you could have figured that out. Yeah, but you see, that's where the game is at its best, really, is because it doesn't overrule you very often. So if you've decided, actually, I need this service to go a particular route, and you've locked it in, it's not going to go, yeah, he's not thought that through, and change it up. No, the game will merrily send it on that route, regardless of whether you had a clear, coherent thought or not. Right, we're going to deploy from here, which means that the distribution of vehicles, it's going to take ages for these vehicles to get out and in place. And I'm looking at the Shikoku here and I'm going, oh, yeah, this might do the trick. Little 3-car. What's the capacity on that? 132. That's possibly a bit more than I need. In terms of, 3-car or 4-car, those are your choices. I want a capacity in the region of sort of 80-ish. All right, what about the Odakyu? Is that what you were calling it? It's as good a name as any. Have we got any pre-mades here? No, you're going to have to assemble one. All right, well, that one takes 18. I'll have one of them. Yeah. We want something in the middle. That takes 18. Yeah, I'll have one of them too. Yeah. Just add it. Yeah, that looks good. Right, and then you want a tail on the other side, which will take our passenger capacity up to 50-ish. I'll give it one more. There you go. We'll keep the variety rich and plentiful, and then stick a tail on it. Yeah. It's 15 million quid a vehicle, which seems a lot, but I'm into it anyway. I'm going to stick 6 on here because that way I'm never going to need not 16. 16's a lot, I'll put 6 on because then we won't need to do it again. And given that they have to kind of manfully force themselves onto the main line here, it's going to take them a while before they get to where they need to be anyway. So, ACTAC commuter. Let's go. Unpause it. Right, let's see if our new friend wants to say howdy, howdy, howdy in Japanese. There you go. Yeah. I think that's quite fetching. It tops out at 140, so it will. We should what? Oh, we should tickle the top speed in places. I think you've got too many pantographs up. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with having a lot of power, though, is there? Are we going to have a bit of a ride along? We'll give it a go, because that about wraps it up for today. I've been Colonel Failure, everybody, and I'll be back with more Transport Fever next week. My hope is to get through all of the passenger bits and pieces in a couple of episodes, and then we can turn our attention to a freight line that is almost certainly going to bankrupt us. But, you know, that's what life is for. And even then, I might pull the plug on the whole thing if the frame rate drops to... Oh... Okay, so right now the frame rate is at... okay, so we're not quite there yet. It may well drop lower than that, in which case we'll rethink what we're doing with our lives. Thanks very much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Cheerio. Hopefully, all being well, this one does not suffer from the same amounts of camera okey-cokey that was going on last time around. If you do want to see the last episode, the commentary's all there, and you can listen to it as a radio show, but the camera's just jumping all over the place, which is why I've delisted it. But it will be in the... I'll tell you what, I'll stick it as a pinned comment at the top, and then you can go and have a look at it if you haven't seen it already. There's nothing outrageous to report going on in there. It's just, more of the same. More of the same. So consider yourselves up to speed, and then that's all good. Anyway, the plan moving forward is going to be connect up a few more cities, probably get that central line that I've been umming and ahhing about to connect up to whatever it's called. I only just recorded the thing. I can't remember what it's called. And then from there, we'll try and build a ring round the outside that will connect a bunch of freight stuff to. Whether the frame rate holds up throughout that, we'll see. But if it doesn't, then I'll try that very same experiment on an entirely different map as another series. So that's something for you to very much get your teeth into, look forward to, and press the subscribe button for. I reckon. Yeah. Good.